today I'm reviewing the ISEHAN UV Mommy Aqua Milk. And really quick, I just want to say, purchase these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos, so if you want to help support the channel, check out nobiusbeauty.com, join my Patreon community, or click on the link below. And if you haven't noticed, my nail polish matches my lipstick, which matches my eyeshadow today, which matches my shoes. There we go. So this one I've been meaning to review. Actually, there's a recent study on Reddit that was done. It studied several Beauty sunscreens, and in this study, this sunscreen did well. I mean, it did what it says it's going to do, I guess. Which, I mean, amazingly these days, it's crazy when that's exciting, because it should be that every sunscreen does what it says it's going to do, but these days, you just don't know, especially with K-Beauty and all these other brands that have other crazy problems. So, it's not just a K-Beauty thing, it's a huge thing everywhere, but anyway, it is amazing. So, anyway, okay, so they say this kid-friendly sunscreen is made from 80% food ingredients, including extracts from aloe, strawberry, acerola, as well as jojoba oil, ceramide, collagen, and hyaluronic acid. Free from colorings, fragrances, preservatives, mineral oils, and alcohol, this mildly acidic formula is suitable for sensitive skin while also being waterproof. So this one is really initially made for children to use, but I found with my sensitive skin that a lot of brands, when they make a children's sunscreen, they seem to work well for me. I don't know what that says if I'm a child. Well, I kind of have the personality of a 5-year-old. I don't know. Maybe a 10-year-old? Whatever. So anyway, so if you have very sensitive skin like me, sometimes looking for baby products is the way to go. Okay. So my first criteria is packaging, and no issues with the packaging, although I will say the recent one just says mommy on it. I think they got rid of the kiss me mommy, but whatever. In terms of denatured drying types of alcohol, this does not contain any of those. It's also fragrance free, which makes it great for sensitive skin. This one is made in Japan, so no issues with that. So the SPF of this one is 50 plus. I believe in that study it did about 50. I mean, every sunscreen study is a little different, but 50 is good, great. So on a daily basis, this one's really nice for 50. The UVA protection factor, so this one is a PA with 4 pluses after, which is the highest you can get. 4 plus is the most, although certain countries only use 3 pluses. So sometimes when you see with 3 pluses, is it the country or is it the sunscreen? So based on the ingredients, I would say this has pretty good UVA protection. Probably not crazy high like some of the Bioderma products, but still pretty good. The filters used in this one. So we've got a list of 3, which is why I was a little hesitant about this one originally. Because 2 filters is the Purito fiasco, and then 3 filters is not a ton, but we've got, for UVB, we've got oxynoxate. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but that one is a UVB filter. It absorbs UVB rays. Very cosmetically elegant, clear, no white cast to it, and no scent to that ingredient. Then we've got Uvenyl A+, which is a really great UVA ray absorber. Very great ingredient. Unfortunately, it's not legal in the US and Canada because we can't have good filters, but it's a great one. You see it in a lot of sunscreens these days. Very photostable. Does a great job with UVA rays. And then we've got a combo UVB UVA absorber, which is Tinsorb S, which typically is very clear, no scent again. Absorbs the entire spectrum of UVB and UVA rays. It's very stable, hardly degrades at all. Also is used sometimes to stabilize other ingredients. So 3 main filters. Yeah, so there we go. A lot these days. I mean, if you're a hardcore sunscreen person, 3 isn't going to be very impressive. But for a day-to-day basis, this one sunscreen is probably okay. Now, if I had a baby and it's super sunny out, maybe I'd put this on them and then put a hat on them or something and dress them up. Right? Because you can dress up kids like dogs. Anyway. Okay, so getting on to the white cast. This one applies pretty clear. There you go. I mean, no white cast. There's really no filters in here, which would give it a white cast. It applies clear, no issues with that. The lotion, this has a lotion texture, which is really nice. Smooths over skin pretty easily. Kind of has a slightly radiant finish, but not terribly so. So, feels very nice, very easy to use. Yeah, it feels just like a moisturizer. And then once it sets to a natural finish that doesn't look or feel greasy, works well under makeup, no issues at all with that. They say waterproof. I do recommend if you're sweating a lot or swimming, reapply it after that. Okay, let's get on to these exciting food-grade antioxidants that they've included. So we've got sodium hyaluronate, pretty high up there. Humectant ingredient, that's in everything. We've got jojoba seed oil, a good emollient, hydrating ingredient. We've got Glucosyl ceramide, which is a hydrating ingredient. We've got that Acerola extract, which is a plant source that also contains some good antioxidants. We've got hydrolyzed collagen, which don't think you can apply collagen and make more collagen. It doesn't work that way. A lot of people see collagen and they think it's going to give them more collagen. Collagen in and of itself as an ingredient is hydrating. It hydrates your skin, but it will not give you more collagen. Collagen is hard to come by. So if you need more collagen, you can do some lasers, microneedling, things like that, but you can't apply collagen and get collagen. Then we've got aloe extract, which is great for hydrating and soothing skin. Raspberry fruit extract, which is skin soothing and has antioxidant benefits. We've got betaine, great hydrating ingredient. And then finally, we've got BHT, which is a controversial antioxidant preservative ingredient. Okay, in terms of acnegenic ingredients, that one feels so nice. We've got 3 ingredients which may or may not be acneogenic to you. I know some people leave a comment, well, those aren't really acneogenic ingredients. There's so many scales when it comes to acneogenic ingredients. There's many different ways to test them. Personally, I find sodium hyaluronate to be very acneogenic for some people, especially me, just because it sits on top of the skin, kind of suffocates things, but it's technically not acneogenic ingredient. So it's very personal. So we've got jojoba seed oil, we've got carbomer and butylene glycol. When it comes to animal testing, so this brand, Yesstyle has it listed as cruelty-free. Ratzilla, it's a big site where they list all these Beauty Sunscreens. They have this brand listed as cruelty-free, but perhaps it's sold in China. I couldn't find that information anywhere. So at this point, I'm marking them as cruelty-free. I've got to start a database of all these smaller brands because it's very hard to find some of these smaller brands if they're cruelty-free or not. So if you have any info with a link, leave a comment. Okay, performance. So I love this one. It's very gentle. It's a great day-to-day sunscreen. If I'm going to the beach and it's very sunny out, probably not my first pick just because it only uses the 3 filters. But for a day-to-day sunscreen, it's great for sensitive skin. If it's great for babies, it's probably pretty good for sensitive skin. It lasts all day without looking or feeling greasy at the end of the day, and it doesn't accentuate dry patches at all. I've been able to use it and not get tan or freckled at all. So I'm pretty happy with this one. Again, if it's very sunny, I'm going to be out all day. Probably not my first choice. Although I will say, reapplication of this one is really easy because it's clear. It's a lotion. It's easy to reapply. So, okay, price. So this is the full size, 50 milliliters, which is 1.7 ounces, and it retails around $20. Every website I looked at had a different price for them. I'm not sure why all the K-beauty sites are like this, but Yesstyle will always have a different price than Jojoba, which will always have a different price than Style Korean, which will have a different price than Style Vana. I mean, there's no rhyme or right reason to it. They're always different. I'm not quite sure why, but it's still pretty affordable. So with a 15 being a perfect score, this one has a 14, which is pretty darn good. And it's like down to the bottom, so I'm going to have to pick up another bottle ASAP. So, although they're all out of stock, this one's out of stock everywhere right now too. So, hopefully soon they'll be in stock. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you've had a chance to check this one out yet or not, and if you have what your thoughts are, so definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you. And stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys.